that line?
I love math.
Thanks. 2, 2, 4, 6, 8. And it's an open circle, and you would normally go in which direction, class? To the left, right? This way. Now, in interval notation, we're coming from the left side. Class, so you have an arrow. Where's that coming from? What kind of numbers?
Negative.
Yeah, it keeps going. The arrow is way over here, so negative numbers. So this is another clue. Look, this is kind of like hidden behavior we talked about in the past couple days. Even though the arrow is on the positive side of the x-axis, it's coming from negative numbers because that arrow can come all the way over here. Does that make sense? So I'm coming from negative numbers. That's written how? In interval notation. Negative infinity. Always has what symbol? Parentheses. We're going to stop at what number? 8. Include it, don't include it. Included. Why? Because of its equal sign. So that would be a bracket. Okay? So this is the new idea for today, is that we're going to be able to find the domain of square root functions without graphing it. Okay, now what I did there was just a visual, not really graphing. So now you have your graphing calculators. I'm going to put that into y equals. Probably a little difficult, greasy hands, pizza, I know. Problem solving here. Come on, guys. Alright, my calculator is a bit older than yours, so my square root button is here by the power of 2. So 5 buttons down from the second button. So press that. So second x squared gives you the square root. And then you're going to type in 8 minus x. Close the parentheses. Ryan, what's the next set of calculator commands we would press to get a graph?
You would have to press window.
Okay.
You have that window outside. You have to press trace.
Trace. I would have normally pressed zoom 6. So let's go ahead and draw a sketch of our graph. Again, we can do that without our graphing calculator, but it does give you an idea what it looks like. So this is the first time we're graphing a square root function. So 8, 0 is my y, my x-intercept. Here it is. Let's label it. Everyone say label.
Label.
This is my x-intercept. 0, 2.82. There it is. Y-intercept. 0, 2.82. Everyone say pencil. Try sketches and pencils because you can make that nice smooth curve. And then there you can actually see the domain with the graph. So we did it without the graph. That's how I want you to do it. That's how you're showing me work. Is negative infinity to 8, including 8. Alright, in this problem we're asked to, given g of x equals the square root of 8 minus x, we're asked to find the x and y intercepts. The domain, not by graphing, algebraically, and then we'll sketch a quick graph. You can see that. Okay? David, how do you find an x-intercept? Oh no, David, there is no y. Can you write it with a y in there for us? Write the y in first. Okay. Keep going.
Equals 0 equals the square root of 8
Class, how do you get rid of a square root?
Negative.
You're squaring, or power of 2 on both sides. 0 times 0 is 0. Here the radical sign and the exponent cancel, and you're left with
8 minus x.
8 minus x. I'm going to add x to both sides. X is equal to 8. Class, what's the order pair?
8, 0.
Right, because your x is equal to 8. Okay, y-intercept. Eileen C, how do you find it? I'm going to use the equation with x's and y's. Eileen, do it.
Y equals minus 0.
What is that?
Y equals radical.
Eileen, what's your order pair?
0.
Comma. What's your y value?
8.
Radical 8. Let's put that in our calculators to get a number. Approximately 2.82. Okay, when I ask for the domain in this problem, I'll tell you find the domain algebraically. Algebraically means what? No graph. Let's think about this. Can you get a square root of a negative number? No, you can't. So you can't have a negative number. So what we need to do is we need a positive number. Klaus, how do you write that as an inequality? How do you say something that's positive? 8 minus x is... Well, how do you say positive with numbers? I don't want negatives, I want...
Positive.
So if it's positive, then it's going to be greater than what? Greater than or equal to 0. This is a fancy way of saying positive. You want your bank account to be positive, you want it to be greater than 0. And then here you just solve. Okay. In math, I want you guys to be thinking. A lot of students will just subtract 8 and then divide by -1, or just add x. One step. 8 is greater than or equal to x. Class, do we normally write something like that? No. What we normally write with the variable on the left, so x is less than or equal to 8. Okay, so we can't stay in inequality world. We have to move on to integral notation. Now you can give yourself a visual. I don't know why I drew the line on that side. Let's draw it over here. You guys